Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video. It is 2019. I hope you guys had an amazing 2018 and a very happy new year to you all. I did a poll and you guys voted for the Grizzlies. And today we're going to rebuild the Grizzlies, realistically speaking. But guys, before we get into the video, I want to thank you guys so much for your guys' continued support. Although I didn't really reach the goals I wanted to last year, I hope that I can turn that around this year. I hope that I can do a little bit more for you guys and gain a little bit more support and keep you guys that are here now supporting me throughout 2019. But with that being said, if you have not subscribed, make sure to do so. It would be much appreciated. But we're rebuilding the Grizzlies, the Memphis Grizzlies, who still have Mike Conley, Marc Gasol. It's been like probably ages that they've had these guys, and I'm not sure if it's ready to move on or not, but we'll keep addressing that as we go on in the video. But the Grizzlies are at a competitive stage right now. They look decent. They still have Chandler Parsons on an atrocious contract. I honestly forgot Parsons was even in the league. I don't even think he's in the rotation, and I'm not 100% sure that he's hurt, right? I think he's fine. I just don't think the Grizzlies play him. I know Kyle Anderson starts for him. Dylan Brooks out there still doing his thing. Marshawn Brooks, Joakim Noah, Wayne Selden, Ivan Robb. But for my personal agenda, I'm going to go ahead and send Dylan Brooks to the G League, although he only has one year on his contract after that. And then, yeah, I'll leave Jaren Jackson Jr. here since he's already an 80 overall. And then for the rotation, Mike Conley, Garrett Temple, I'll just leave it how it is, I guess. I kind of like this. It's not too bad. So, remaining minutes, we got 24 minutes to give to somebody. So, I'll give Mike Conley around 35, 27, 27. I'm just going to go with what they suggest. 32, 34, 20, 22, 14. Okay. 14 suggested, 30. So, they probably want him to be the sixth man, which makes sense. And then this guy to be off, and then this guy, they don't even want, you know what? Let's just give, no. Well, let's give a little bit more minutes to Kyle Anderson and Garrett. Okay, so, well, without being lost anymore, I'm going to go ahead and simulate the rest of the season. First, I want to see how the contract situation is looking. Marc Gasol is a player option. I think he does end up accepting that. 1 year deal, probably will look to trade him after the season. Mike Conley, same situation. He is a free agent, but then we have a team option in the last season. So I guess we'll see how it goes there. But for the Grizzlies, I'm not sure how I want to go about this. I'm not sure. So we're just going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season and wait for this to work out. And guys, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be trading Chandler Parsons away. I just don't think that there's a team that will take him on. And I want to be realistic as possible. Chandler Parsons is on the worst contract I've ever seen for a player of his production. It is terrible. He was a decent 3 or 2 years ago, but man, what a turn of events that has been for Chandler Parsons. He isn't even playing for the Grizzlies. So I'm going to sit at the end of the season, and I'll see you guys at the end. So I'm at the trade deadline, and I'm going to be kind of impatient. I want to start the rebuild process now. We're 27 and 28. Even if we make it to the playoffs, let's be honest with ourselves, the Grizzlies are not going very far when they get there. It's just facts. Unfortunately, they're just a lot better teams in the Western Conference, so we got to look to build towards the future right now, which is what I'm going to plan on doing. So this first trade, Markelle Fultz and Wilson Chandler, not a bad offer. We get a young Markelle Fultz who's, battling injury right now with his shoulder. We get George Hill and Brook Lopez in this offer, Tristan Thompson, Danilo Gallinari, who's a solid player as well, John Collins at the age of 21, and Kent Bazemore. We already have a terrible contract on this team. I don't feel like taking on another one. Dion Waiters and Kelly Olynyk, Malik Monk and Nicholas Batum, Rudy Gobert. I don't see the Jazz doing this trade ever. Bogdan Bogdanovic and Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield is balling out for the Kings, so I don't see why they would trade him either. Ingram for the Lakers is a different story. I could see the Lakers doing this, but unfortunately, you guys all know if you watch my videos, I absolutely do not like Brandon Ingram in the simulations on 2K. They're just garbage. Like, he just doesn't perform ever. Dinwiddie just signed a big contract with the Nets. Actually, I would say a fair contract with the Nets. Steven Adams, Bojan Bogdanovic, Nikola Mirotic, Elfrid Payton. I'm really just not seeing any offers that make sense for anybody. Like, the the Timberwolves already have a center in Karl-Anthony Towns. The Sixers already have a center. The Bucks, I guess, could. I mean, I don't know. Do we do this trade? I mean, does it really help us at all? I don't think so. Cavaliers, you know, I guess they'd be giving us Tristan Thompson. I'm trying to make this work. I would love to take on John Collins, but not Kent Bazemore's contract. Not Kent Bazemore's contract. Waiters and Kelly Olynyk. Monk and Batum, another terrible contract. Yeah, and then the rest of those trades just didn't make sense to me. I mean, they already have a center. So I'm trying to be realistic as possible here, which is why I'm not just jumping on the best offer. I like the idea of getting John Collins, but I don't think this makes sense. I just don't. I don't think this makes sense for either side. They already have. I mean, for the Hawks it makes sense, but would getting rid of John Collins for Marc Gasol really be worth it? No, not really. So I don't really see myself making any of these trades, like, because it just doesn't make sense at all. The Pacers have centers. The net. I mean, I guess the Nets, what they gain from this is they do. I don't know. They have Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan, Terrence Ross. I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep simulating. I really thought I could find a decent offer out there. Maybe I could just make one up myself because I didn't like any of those offers realistically. I really not expecting a whole lot from Marc Gasol. Now, what team would really need a guy like him? And instant thought was a guy like maybe like the Raptors. Maybe they trade Jonas Valanciunas, who I could be fine with him for 2 years. 26 years old. I would actually be okay with him for a couple years. So maybe Jonas Valanciunas for Marc Gasol or something like that. And they also give me CJ Miles, who I think he has a player option as well. And that doesn't even work. So let me try to figure out this trade. I will figure this out. So DeLon Wright doesn't work for something. Let's go back to this CJ Miles deal, and then I can throw in like Omri Caspi or something. So Marc Gasol and Omri Caspi for Jonas Valanciunas, CJ Miles. But instead of CJ Miles, can I get Danny Green, who is on a 1-year deal, which is what I would love a lot better. So Marc Gasol and Omri Caspi for Jonas Valanciunas, Danny Green. How about that? They don't agree. They want to give me OG Anunoby for Joakim Noah and a 2nd-round pick. Guys, I think this is a W. I think OG Anunoby is a nice throw-in. You get Danny Green. Now, would the Raptors really gut their roster like this in real life? Just because they are on the brink of a championship? Probably not, but they do have Norman Powell, who's been playing good. So let me see if I can make this offer a little bit more realistic, because Danny Green is probably a huge thing what they do. Norman Powell has been playing good for them lately as well. Malachi Richardson, what about that? Jonas Valanciunas, Marc Gasol, OG Anunoby, and we'll throw in 2 second-round picks just to make it worthwhile for the Raptors. Let's do this. Let's make this trade. So we get OG Anunoby, which is awesome. I might actually, if I can, send him to the G League, just because Javion Carter is 23, who they already have at the G League right now. What about? I think I'm gonna focus more on OG Anunoby. I think I just like my idea of focusing on OG Anunoby, and we get Jonas Valanciunas, who's a solid center for the future, I guess, just to keep us a little bit more, keep us competitive still. That was a long trade deadline I had to do, but Parsons is now inserting himself into the rotation. All right, I'm going to go ahead and simulate, like I said, to the end of the season. I'm going to make sure no Chandler Parsons will absolutely not. Garrett Temple has been a big part of what the Grizzlies do, but getting up there in age, I'm kind of trying to, you know, fade more towards a rebuild, staying competitive stage, so I'm going to simulate to the end of the season. And with that trade deadline move, we actually do make the playoffs, which is pretty cool, I guess. I mean, I wasn't really looking forward to making the playoffs or anything, but Mike Conley definitely led us there. Mike Conley is probably going to be here to stay for maybe the rest of the video, I'm not sure. But Jonas Valanciunas, you know, did pretty decent with his stint here on the Grizzlies. And then, yeah, not too bad. So let's go ahead and just simulate against Denver. I don't expect us to really beat Denver here. I expect us to be in the first round. At least we made it here, I guess we could say that. So the Grizzlies, we are actually, you know, keeping it pretty competitive. We might actually upset Denver. Going to a Game 7, and we actually upset the Denver Nuggets. Wow, okay, I was not expecting that by any means. Who is balling in the playoffs right now? We got Mike Conley. Jonas Valanciunas is doing his thing, okay. All right, Jonas Valanciunas. Maybe this was a good trade. Maybe this was a really good trade for us. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat Oklahoma City. I doubt it. I mean, I'm shocked that we even beat Denver. But we are gonna get swept, which is okay. That's fine. I wasn't even expecting to make it. Toronto is about to get beat by Boston, but they make Boston blow a 3-1 lead. Wow, insane. Okay, Philadelphia and Toronto in the Eastern Conference Finals, which would be a nice matchup. And Golden State versus OKC. You know, we've seen that. But Paul George versus Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, all that would be pretty lit to watch. Not gonna lie. And then Warriors, you know, beat the Sixers in 6 games. Who cares? Anyway, going into the offseason, I really have some plans here. I really just want to, like I said, I want to keep this team competitive while rebuilding a little bit, which is my philosophy in this video. Obviously, we're not going to have a very good pick unless we have somebody's pick, which I don't think we do. Grizzlies, we have, where are we at? We don't even have our pick. The Celtics have it. So, JB Bickerstaff, you know what? He helped us get to the NBA playoffs this year, so I'll leave him for now. And then we got the 18th pick in the second round, which isn't really doing us any favors. And like I said, Chandler Parsons' contract is still here. Like I said, I probably can't get rid of it till, you know, most likely next year, but that's fine. We will get rid of it. We will get rid of it because that contract is just atrocious. But other than that, obviously we can't really draft anybody. We don't have our pick. So rookie signing, they not interested. Player options, Dylan Brooks definitely. Ivan Robb, I guess we'll bring these guys back. I don't really know. There's going to be kind of roster fillers, but Dylan Brooks definitely. I'm sure he's pissed off because I sent him to G League, but whatever. Qualifying offers, none. And then as far as our cap holds, or how much money we have, hopefully we have a little bit. Negative 25 million. That is not looking good for us so far. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and yeah, we're only gonna have like $1 million in cap space. So, Jonas Valanciunas' contract definitely. I mean, Marc Gasol's contract was gonna be bigger than Jonas Valanciunas. So, Kyle Anderson, Malachi Richardson. You know what, guys? If I could trade Kyle Anderson right now, obviously I would love to trade Chandler Parsons, but it's just highly unlikely that any team would take this on. I would really have to throw in our unprotected first-round pick, which, if that's what I want to do, I'll do it, but I don't know if I want to, just because I want my first-round pick for next year. I don't know how good we'll be next year. Evan Fournier. I mean, I guess there might be some team out there that would take a flyer on him, but I'm probably just going to let him, you know, or we could just buy him out right now, which also could help us out. But I'd rather just see him walk. He's got 1 year left, and then after that we got free agency that could really help us. We could bring back Conley. So I guess what my plan here is to get myself a little bit more flexibility. We have OG Anunoby and Dylan Brooks, who I guess Dylan Brooks is a shooting guard right now. I thought he played small forward, but OG Anunoby, I think I want to start small forward this season. So Kyle Anderson, if we can get a little more flexibility, maybe get you out of here, ship you out of here. I don't know where. Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks, Mavericks, Elise Johnson, Solomon Hill, Langston Galloway, the Warriors, the Wizards. Okay, the Wizards for 2 second-round picks. I will be glad to do this. So now we have about 10 million cap space to at least get us somebody out there. I don't know who, but when I look at the rotation, we're really lacking. We got Conley right now, of course. Dylan Brooks easily could be my starting shooting guard. That's fine. I like that. OG Anunoby at the small forward, which is great too. Chandler Parsons and Malachi Richardson, backing him up. Jaren Jackson Jr., of course, my starting small power forward, starting center. So we really just need some depth at a lot of positions. I guess at a lot of positions. We need like bench players everywhere, unfortunately. JaMychal Green would be a good guy to bring back if we could. He only wants about 5 mil, so I'm down for that. And then point guards, let's go with somebody cheap. George Hill, I would be fine with George Hill coming off my bench. Shelvin Mack, he was pretty decent. We'll give him a minimum contract. And then shooting guards off the bench. What about Danny Green? We almost traded for Danny Green. What about Iman Shumpert, who had a nice season also with the Kings this year? So let's go with that. And then the backup forwards, or I mean, I guess we're getting JaMychal Green back. Backup center. What about Ed Davis, who used to play for Memphis? Kyle O'Quinn, I guess I could. Oh wait, we used all of our offers. So JaMychal Green, Shelvin Mack, Iman Shumpert. I'm cool with these guys for Shelvin Mack and Iman Shumpert is going to come back for 1 season, and then we'll focus on getting other players next year, because next year is really when we're going to focus on trying to be really good. So that's my plan anyway. OG Anunoby, we got a power forward. I guess we need to back up 3 or a center, so let's do that. So or do we need? I guess we got Shell and Mag. Back up 3 or a center. So Carroll for 1 season, Anthony, Ariza, Cephalosha, Lance Stevenson, kind of a wild card. I can see him fitting in Memphis really well, I guess. I can go with Mr. Lance Stevenson if he wants to come here. What about centers? Nerlens Noel, Ed Davis, like I said earlier, Dwayne Dedman. I kind of like the idea of Dwayne Dedman as well. I would be cool with him being my backup center for 2 years. Let me see if Dwayne Dedman wants to accept. He does. So Dwayne Dedman, welcome to the team. And guys, I think that's all that's going to happen for this offseason. Yes, I didn't do much, but I didn't have a lot of cap space to do anything anyway. As soon as Parsons' contract is gone, we have a lot more money. So I'll see you guys at the end of next year. I just skipped right to the offseason just because we didn't make the playoffs, 31-51. So we really got some work to do, basically. Which this offseason we should have a ton of money, which is good. Reject all of these, and then for the draft lottery, we should have a lottery pick as well. I didn't trade my pick, which I could have done easily, but I decided not to, and you guys can see why I didn't now. So, projected the 5th pick, and just like that, we got the #1 pick. What an awesome, which is why I did not trade my #1 pick to get rid of Chandler Parsons. I just wanted to be patient, trust the process, and let him go. But this is where we're going to fire JB Bickerstaff, Jerry Stackhouse. Let's just go with, because this team preaches defense, so let's go. And then I'm going to go ahead and fire Jerry Stackhouse as well, although I know him to be good in real life. We're going to give assistant coach, let's sign Larry Drew. And then Jacob Underwood is a jerk, and he decides to not. Head coach Scott Brooks, let's just try this one more time, bud. How about that? How about you sign over here? So we get Jacob Underwood as well. So like our coaching staff now. So I think we're good there. And then for the NBA draft, we have the 1st pick, like I said. Now, do I want to take someone in this draft, or do I want to trade it? What would I rather do? So we don't have anyone to really trade. So #1 pick straight up. What would that get us? Eric Bledsoe, Bobby Portis, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, Gordon Hayward, Tim Hardaway, Josh Richardson. The 4th pick in Jeremy Lamb, Rudy Gobert, Vucevic, Harrison Barnes in the 8th pick. Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin, which would absolutely load our front court. Probably not going to do that, though. Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, low-key, would actually be a nice pickup. Just because Dylan Brooks is about to walk. Wow, I am torn. Okay, what? I got to look at something, though. What is... where would I look at this? Scouting. Mock drafts. Who is out here? So, Khalil Whitney... Anthony Edwards. I want to make sure I call Cole Anthony. So this is that draft. Vernon Carey Jr. I don't even really know who. Josh Green. I really don't even know who's that good, honestly. Khalil Whitney, 79 overall. Do I go with the Bradley Beal trade? I think I do. I think I'm gonna win now kind of situation. I got Mike Conley. I think you go for this. So Bradley Beal for the #1 pick. Is this worth it, guys? Or do I try to yank them a little bit more? Louis King. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go with Bradley Beal. So, Bradley Beal, welcome to the Memphis Grizzlies, where you'll be welcomed by Mike Conley in the backcourt. So, rookie signing. Obviously, we decided not to draft anyone. Mike Conley. We could decline Mike Conley, which might be a good idea just because of his contract being so terrible. I could accept it as well, but I kind of like the idea of declining it. Because if I can re-sign him on a cheaper deal, that would be a W. So, I guess I'll do that. I'm hoping that it works in my favor. Javion, I don't really care about any of those guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and just not worry about them. And then the cap holds, Mike Conley's cap holds still here. Iman Shumpert, this guy, obviously Parsons, Malachi Richardson, and I'm going to renounce Jonas Valanciunas as well. So, salary cap table, we have about $52 million in cap space now to work with. And then when you look at the roster, we have front court depth. Actually, we have a front. So OG Anunoby is my starting small forward. Jaren Jackson Jr., obviously my starting power forward. Off the bench, Dwayne Dedman. I'm hoping to get Valanciunas back on a cheap deal if he wants to come back. But I really like this. I really like where this team is headed. So Let me go ahead and see how much Mike Conley wants. See, he does want a cheaper deal. Now, do I go back to Mike Conley? Which I do want to go back. Don't get me wrong. I have about 50 million in cap, 52 million in cap space. I could not even worry about Dylan Brooks if I didn't want to. Where is he at anyway? He wants about 10 mil, which isn't, you know, or 11 mil, I guess I should say, which isn't terrible. How much does Jonas Valanciunas want? He wants 16 mil, so that's not bad either. Serge Ibaka. Jonas Valanciunas was pretty good for us, I'm not going to lie. Although, do I want somebody who's better defensively? Marc Gasol is here now. Willie Hernangomez, Jakob Poeltl, Mason Plumlee, John Henson. Let me just try to get back the guys that I want. So, I'm going to go. We got Beal, which I kind of try. Let me see who's all here. They got Ben Simmons, Whiteside, Conley, Marc Gasol, Aldridge. You know, Siakam, obviously, always a good player you pick up. But we have Jaren Jackson Jr., so not worried about that. Jaylen Brown, Jonas Valanciunas. So, I think I'm going to go with what I want to get. So, actually, Jonas Valanciunas, but I can get you on a cheaper deal. I would love that. About 18 million. What about that for 4 years? Would you be okay with that? Yeah. Okay. He's listening. Conley, also 20. Okay, so obviously he wants a little bit more money than 27. Actually, I don't know about doing that. 27 mil. What if I gave you a 2-year team option? I think this would be the best idea for the Grizzlies in this stage. Hopefully he accepts that. And then shooting guards, obviously Dylan Brooks. We got to bring him back as well. So hopefully we get all 3 of them back. Yeah. Jonas Valanciunas, Mike Conley. I think we got to do that. Maybe I don't offer a 4-year deal to Jonas Valanciunas. If I'm the Grizzlies in real life, maybe I consider not doing that. But I'm going to go ahead and just do it anyway here. And then we get all 3 of those guys back, which is what I wanted. So we got all 3 of them back, which is a W in itself. Salary cap table about negative 188.2 now. But Conley, Bradley Beal, Dylan Brooks, OG Anunoby, Jaren Jackson Jr., JaMychal Green, Jonas Valanciunas, and Dwayne Dedmon. So we kind of have our front court depth. We could use a backup small forward and a backup point guard. So let's go look for that. Either one of them. Point guard, Frank Mason, Ryan Arcidiacono. 3-year, you know what? Arcidiacono, welcome to the team. And yeah, I think we're good here. So I think we got our team set for the final year. Hopefully that works out. JaMychal Green, as you can tell on the right, is our starting point guard for whatever reason, although he's a power forward. I hope that 2K doesn't keep it like that. Mike Conley's inside D goes down to an F, which is okay. He still plays decent defense. Beal has decent defense. Really liking this team. No one goes down. Like I said, Parsons' contract is gone now. We don't have to worry about that. And just like that, I think we have actually a pretty decent roster. Look at that center, 40 overall. He should be a starting center, if you ask me. Axel Wiley. What a name. Guys, do me a favor in the future. If you want to go ahead and have a child, name him Axel. That's a cool name. Don't you think? Axel. And then if you have the last name Wiley, it's even better. Okay, let's go back to Dylan Brooks with some potential. And then I wanted to get OG Anunoby's perimeter shooting up there still as well. Hopefully that helps him out a little bit. So let's go ahead and see how our starting 5 looks. They want to start Maurice Harkless. That's going to piss me off because that doesn't make any sense. I hate 2K for that reason. They want to start Harkless. I don't know why. They want to take OG Anunoby completely out of the rotation. That is not happening. But here it is. Conley, Bradley Beal, OG Anunoby, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, JaMychal Green, Dylan Brooks, Ryan Arcidiacono, and Dwayne Dedmon. Real quick, guys, let me know down in the comment section below if you would have done something differently. I want to hear you guys' take on these rebuilds as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn trades off. See much at the end of the season. Let's see how the Memphis Grizzlies finish out in this final season. So guys, at the end of the video, we are a complete trash team. Didn't make the playoffs. We obviously, I give myself 3 seasons to do this. And I thought we had a pretty decent team realistically, which what happens when you're real. We honestly were at the bottom of the conference, 36 and 46. What a good Western Conference. 33 games at the bottom of the Spurs. So guys, I thought I had a pretty decent team overall, but obviously it was not good enough. So let's just go ahead and see who wins the playoffs real quick. I'll show you guys that. And while you guys are watching this, real quick guys, 3,000 subscribers. When I hit that, I'm doing a giveaway. So whenever you guys want to help me get to that, or whoever has not subscribed, make sure to do so. That way you can be part of the giveaway. Whenever I reach 3,000 subscribers, the video I do the next day, I will tell you to comment below, and I'll put you in a spin wheel. and we'll see who wins the. Last time I gave away an Xbox gift card to someone, and I plan on doing something around. I asked him if he wanted Amazon or just a simple PlayStation or Xbox gift card, and he preferred the Xbox one. So, but guys, the Denver Nuggets do win the championship here. Nikola Jokic, whatever you want to say, wins the championship. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely thank you guys for clicking on, and I do appreciate you all. You guys have no idea how much you have impacted my life, but thank you guys. This is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.